Good morning, Rabotai. Another very important difference in the minhagim between Sfaradim and Ashkenazim with regards to basar v'chalav is that according to Maran Shulchan Aruch, what he writes in Shulchan Aruch is a little bit vague, but he clarifies it in the Sefer Bedek Habayit. He writes that if a person cooks, let's say, for example, meat in a certain pot, obviously, like we said, anything else that's cooked in the pot at the same time obviously becomes meat as well. Even though it's tafshil shel basar, we consider 100% meat. However, he says, after you clean it out, you take all the meat out and you clean it out, even though it's been used within 24 hours, if you cook something parv inside that pot, you're allowed to, even lechatechila, cook something parv in the pot when it's been used for meat within 24 hours, and then go ahead and use that and eat that food, that parv, even with dairy. It's completely mutar according to Maran Shulchan Aruch because of the concept of noten tam bar noten tam de'etera, which means, let's think about it this way. The meat put flavor into the pot. Then the pot released that flavor into the parv. That's still mutar. There's nothing wrong there. Then what are you afraid of? That parv food is going to release the flavor of the meat into the dairy. The flavor over there is so weakened, the meat flavor by the time it gets to the dairy is so weakened that the Chachamim weren't concerned, and he says it's even mutar to do so, lechatechila, even when the pot has been yomo, even when the pot has been used within 24 hours with meat. Ashkenazim, and even many poskei Sfarad, the Ben Ish Chai, Kaf HaChaim, Hagan Rav Masas, many poskim are machmir to only allow this b'di'avad. But according to Maran Shulchan Aruch, Maran Zohar Bracha says that according to Maran Bedek Habayit, and that's the emet, that it's even mutar to be gorem, to cause not banat etira, which means to do it lechatechila. Same goes that's with regards to a pot. Let's say a person bakes challah in an oven, or bread in an oven, whatever it is. Now, he's thinking to cook it for Shabbat. So what happens? He made meat in the oven for Shabbat, and he made chalot, or whatever it is, and then afterwards, you want to eat these chalot with dairy, right? Let's say the rest of the week. So over there, obviously, if the chalot were baking in the same time in the oven as the meat, there's nothing to talk about. But over here, we're talking about whereas one after another, as long as the oven is clean, there's no noticeable residue of meat in the oven, it would be mutar lechatechila for Sfaradim to eat that bread together with dairy. Yom Tov.